selling real one Chevy.
Hey everyone, welcome to I Just Watch. We're back. It's us, your boys, David, Joseph, and we're here to talk The Mandalorian Season 2 and all that. It's been out for a minute, so spoiler warning if need be said. But before we jump into it, I gotta hit you with the usual, which is hopefully you like this video enough to hit that like button, click the subscribe to stay tuned and see more of our shenanigans, and then stay tuned for more of our shenanigans. With that being said, let's talk Mando Season 2. Alrighty, and then jumping in, just a heads up, this is going to be all over the place. You can't not love Grogu.
Okay, yes. Mando.
Branches, really? With his little cute self, always like doing shit, eating stuff he's not supposed to, choking people out for Mando, and just being a whole little cold-blooded gangster. Like, I love that little dude. That being said, my favorite part about this whole series, like this season, was to see their connection grow. Like, father-son.
The father and son aspect,
Yeah.
of course, yeah. I mean,
You know
because it's every story. I mean, when I say every, the original trilogy
Yeah.
is a father and son story.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you follow that line, you should be good. But obviously, in 1, 2, 3, and 7, 8, 9, they didn't follow that line,
Not quite.
and not as well received as 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
But this being Mando and Mando bringing Star Wars back to the forefront,
Bring it to life again.
it's this father and son thing.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, one's a dude in a metal suit,
Yeah.
and the other is,
a little killing machine.
for lack of a better term, a baby Yoda.
Yeah, that's exactly. Look,
You know,
his name may be Grogu, but forever Baby Yoda.
he's baby Yoda.
All right, like he could meet Yoda, and Yoda can be like, "Look, hey, in another world they call you Baby Yoda. You baby me, dog." It's great. It was dope. It was cool to see like it grow and continue. Because I mean, obviously Grogu and the Mando are like the best character. I mean, they're baller as fuck. And then we get a big introduction, and I'm just gonna jump into it with Ahsoka in her episode. Rosario killed it. I mean, she looked like Ahsoka. Like it felt perfect. It felt right. You know what I mean?
It did. It really did. She, the double blades.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Her knowledge of the Force was great because it was because what we know of the animated series.
Yeah.
You know, she was an apprentice. She left and all this and this, but we didn't know where it went from there. And now
Exactly.
we do. And she has. I don't know if she's continued her training because who's going to train her?
Yeah.
But she has really stepped her game up, and she's a Jedi.
Yeah, legitimately. Like, even though we had like that quote unquote fallout where she left and then she came back, but she didn't like come back. She was just kind of like, I'm here, and then like she definitely went her own thing. And then if you watch Rebels, you see, like when she fights, if you haven't seen it, it's on you. When she fights Vader, I was like, oh. So then now seeing it like years later and she's still badass, I was like, bro, like where has she been? Like you said, training. What, like, how has she been learning so much?
Or who is she learning from?
Exactly.
If she's learning from anyone.
Exactly.
Or is she just doing the same thing over and over and over?
Yeah, and just just little by little, she's just learning through experience, and it was really cool to see her communicate with Grogu through the Force.
Through the Force, yeah.
That was neat. That was interesting to see. I like the way they did it. It was it was like a very like Chew and Han thing where Grogu didn't say nothing but like and she was like, oh yeah, that means he loves you. You know, like
Yeah, I got you, homie.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. That whole scene in town and stuff, just to see her go to work for one as a badass Jedi.
And then her looking for Thrawn.
Exactly.
That was great. That was like that's just a whole.
That's
It's
a whole
like
other wormhole.
It's just one of those like, oh, new show. Check.
Yeah, exactly. Because like, hey, I wonder what her show's gonna be about.
Yeah, exactly. Like
But then, like, just throwing out Thrawn leads to more characters and more possibilities. It like you said, what a branch.
yeah, the still small existence of an empire.
Yeah.
Because if Thrawn's around, that means there's a fleet somewhere.
Exactly.
I mean, because you're not Grand Admiral of a hut
Yeah.
on any planet. Dagobah.
Yeah.
He just took over Dagobah.
Yeah.
Yoda's gone.
Hey,
this is mine.
my planet now.
Yeah, you're not Grand Admiral of Dagobah.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
have a fleet of star, maybe superstar destroyers. You know what I mean? So
And it's cool to see like how, although we won, how the Empire, like, we could just see them rebuilding. Like, there's no question about it. You could see them rebuilding consistently on these outer like rim planets and shit. So it's just, it's so nice because like, oh cool, I want to see where it goes, but then like I know where it goes and I don't like it.
Yeah.
With 7, 8, 9, but like just to see like the little things that are happening, the way they're trying to build, the way you have Moff Gideon creating these
the dark
force infused androids.
the Dark Troopers.
Yeah, Dark Troopers. Like for one, they look cool. You know what they remind me of? Like if the Rock'em Sock'em robots came to life and were in all black.
Oh, like the Hugh Jackman movie.
Yeah. Real Steel.
Real Steel. Yeah.
Like like you know that like it just looks like
it's just not enormous.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, and like I like the way they were literally like punching the wall. They were just, but like their eyes are like the way they like made them. They look evil. So I was like, nah, that's scary.
It was really good. And, you know, this, and like we talked about earlier, this show is spawning 2 other shows.
Yeah, exactly.
And shows that we want to see.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Obviously, the Ahsoka show, and then the Rangers.
No,
what's it called?
No, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about the Bible of Boba or whatever it is.
Oh yeah, the Bible of the Book of Boba.
It's a Bible. It's a book, right?
God, I mean, you're not wrong, but God, no. Oh, hey, that doesn't make it any better. But yeah.
It's been a while, ladies and gentlemen.
I was about to say the Bible too. Look what you done did. I'm about to get a knock on my door.
It's been a while, kids. Sorry about that.
Knock on my door. Do you know about Jesus? Oh yeah, Boba. I know all about him. Before we jump on the Boba thing, because there's a lot about that I want to say. Is to finish up. Did Ahsoka really lose her saber when it went to the water? She couldn't like force grab that hoe on the way out. But more so, that Beskar spear that homeboy got, I'm like, because I mean we've seen him block. We saw him block a saber, like with this Beskar armor.
Yeah,
I didn't know that was a thing. Like I'm a mad Star Wars geek. I didn't know that was a thing. So I was like, okay, so how strong is this Beskar shit? You know what I mean?
Beskar's the only thing that can really stop a saber.
Yeah. Because he just blocked it.
I mean, that's what all the Mandalorians wear.
Yeah, which makes sense because like the Mando versus Jedi war.
And they were using it as currency.
Yeah.
You know, because he was like, hey, I did this, I want some Beskar. Like, all right.
Yeah. And then fucking, hey, impenetrable. But no, like, so that was cool. I like the spear. Now, jumping into the Book of Boba. For one, I loved Oliphant as the sheriff because I'm a fan of Oliphant. I love that dude. I think he's funny. I think he's a great actor. Doesn't get enough love. But seeing him in that, I was like, oh, this is kind of neat. I wonder if we'll get more of his character. Hopefully we do. And then getting into Boba. When we see Boba show up and do some work, I was like, finally. Because, like, I mean, I know people love Boba, but I'm like, he never did anything. He died multiple times.
And screamed.
That's what he did multiple times. Yeah. That's what he did. Like, and then I know then in the comics that they came out recently, they made him a badass, but I'm like, but he grew to fame without ever doing anything.
But
so I was always
cool.
confused. Yeah, that's what it was. He just looked dope as fuck.
Yeah.
But now we got to see him like older do some work. And it was just neat, like the fucking like stick thing he was beating the crap out of.
Maybe we can finally understand why when we first met him, Vader was like, no disintegrations. Like,
yeah,
what?
I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Show me, please.
Yeah, because I would love to see that because apparently he just disintegrates motherfuckers.
Yeah. So like it was cool. Like I like his moment when he sees the ships, he just shoots and he turns. He was like, I was aiming for the other one. I was like, bruh, I would have just stayed. Hey, you got both. I would have stayed quiet. I would have took that moment and be like, yeah, skills.
It was all skills.
So that was cool to see.
Do you know who my dad was?
Yeah, I know, right? Hey,
he was me.
Hey, every clone ever, every trooper ever before now. Like, like apparently they confirmed that Rex.
Yeah.
So apparently Rex is alive, but because you know how like you see him in is it Rebels? You see him again in Rebels or Clone Wars? I can't remember. It's been a minute. I apologize.
Let us know, kids, in the comments.
Yeah,
how about that?
Because like I remember someone saying that and one like in a small moment that you see him, like he basically it was confirmed that he's a character that we see, but we don't know it's him, but it was him.
Okay,
it was one of those. I did that very poorly, but we get the point. Moving on.
Yeah.
Also, I love Homegirl who's like partnered up with Boba, so I hope she's part of the show too.
Oh yeah.
She's dope. I mean, she's been what they call it a Disney hat trick. She voiced Mulan, so she was a Disney princess. She's a Star Wars character, and even though Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is no longer canon, she was still in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So that was really cool. I hope she's in his show. I mean, Moff Gideon, what's his name? You know his actual name.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Gus Fring.
Or
Butterscotch.
Oh yeah, Butterscotch Queen's daddy.
Yeah, and if
Monster.
you know who that is, let us know if you know who that is.
Please, it's a great show.
It's a great show.
Yeah, he's always a monster, bro.
Gus Fring was not a monster.
Oh, he wasn't.
Gustavo Fring was an incredible character.
With a capital M.
For monster. Yes,
and
still.
Capital monster, bro. So, I mean, he kills it. I'm excited to see more of his character. It was just funny to see, like, him and Mando go at it for a little bit. And the reason to say that is that Mando is the technical owner of a little thing. Well, it was called the Black Saber, but now it's called the Dark Saber. Because we don't really see him give it up or like he's trying to get like here, take it. I don't
You
give a
can't.
fuck. But so that means he has it. That means it's his.
Yeah, you can't give it up. You have to lose it.
You have to win it. Yeah, exactly. Or you have to win it or lose it. Exactly.
You have to lose it in battle.
Yeah.
Look at Mr. Negative over here.
Yeah, I was like, you have to win it. And I'm like, oh yeah. I mean, or lose it. What? Yeah. Yeah.
This is half empty.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, exactly. So I'm interested to see like how that plays out because I'm assuming we get a third season.
Well, apparently the third season's coming after the Bible of Boba.
Okay. Which songs? Which
and maybe Ahsoka. So it's going to be a minute.
Okay, which makes sense. Obviously, we're going to see Grogu again. We have to, but I kind of figured he'd be a little older.
Yeah, and he's with some jerk off.
Yeah, some run of the mill, very weak. His name Skybender? No.
Star Killer.
Ah, yeah, is that right? It's something like that. Something about a cloud. No, he's just with what's it? Luke Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker.
That beautiful son of a bitch.
You ever heard of him?
Yeah, you might have if you've seen or read or anything Star Wars. If we don't get more Luke fucking Skywalker going ham on people, I'm gonna be upset. So Luke Skywalker clearly shows up. All right, and by clearly I mean he leaves a trail of dead, dark troopers behind him, and
who had no chance.
And exactly, and then right before that, we saw how difficult they were to kill when Mando struggled to kill one.
And Luke was like,
this ain't shit. Force, boom, can crush. Like he was like, ugh, this is so boring.
He's like, he was like Magneto, just.
Yeah, he was just like, ugh. Hey, all the time you've been rebuilding, this is all you have. It's ridiculous. And he just mowed through him, goes to Grogu, and Grogu looks at Mando like, yo, Papa, can I go? And he's like, "Sí, mijo, you can go." And Grogu was like, "I love you, Pops. I'll be back later. I'm going to go be a badass, and then we'll rule the world as bounty hunters." And I was like, chill, nigga, down. And then he went with Luke. This is like a fucking shot in the dark. They really, like, because this sets up such a cool story that can be utilized in what could be a dope 7, 8, 9 to properly finish off the Skywalker saga. Like, don't get me wrong, I liked the idea of Rey in the beginning, but that went, like, there was a lot of shit I liked, but it went nowhere.
It went south fast.
Before falling into that crevice and going in on that, I just... Yeah.
What about Boba running the huts now?
Yeah, that was about to say, like, so that was cool as hell, because, like, now he's in charge. Anyways, my favorite episode, and it's funny, because it's not, like, my favorite part is obviously Luke.
That's not my favorite part.
My favorite episode? What's your favorite part?
Ahsoka. The whole Ahsoka episode. It was just...
Oh, so that's your favorite episode?
It's phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. See, my favorite one is, so my favorite episode is the one I'm about to say. My second favorite episode is Ahsoka. My favorite part is seeing Luke go to work because it's mad daddy vibes in, oh my god, in Rogue One. Thank you, brain. Eventually caught up. When Vader went ham, it was almost like a reverse of that. Yeah, so that's why I was like, yes.
It's the best Vader moment ever.
All time. But the reason this is my favorite episode is the one with they bring Bill Burr back and they go like break him out of jail and you find out that like he's a bad guy but he's not a bad guy like
don't do it. Don't.
He goes, I'm a bad guy but that doesn't mean I'm a bad guy.
Told you not to do it.
I can crush this man's skull like spittle egg between thighs. So and you meet him, but the reason I like that episode so much is that like that connectivity. But Mando like really goes out of his not just comfort zone, but like he really has to break his rules. You know, he takes off his helmet and changes. And Bill, of course, being the fun comedian, is like fucking with him the whole time. But then, like, you have this moment when he has to take it off to scan something, and Bill's character does the noble thing and just covers for him and helps him out. And then you get this dope ass Han moment where he's like, "Oh fuck, this guy's a monster," and just shoots this dude. And he's like, "I'm sorry, I had to." And they have to like escape together, and then they let him go. Like I don't know, I just like the connection between the two. That small moment where you find out like how Mando realizes that guy, they have a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like, we're the same person. He's like, no, we're not. And then at the end, you're like, yo, actually, we kind of fucking are. That's why I liked it. I like that little story arc. Also, Bill is fucking hilarious. We covered random points. I mean, we really just went through like the shit we loved. Don't get me wrong. This show is amazing. There's not, like, there's very little about this that I dislike.
Yeah. Favreau, Filoni. I mean, Filoni knows his shit.
Yeah, Filoni, one of us.
I mean, Filoni, he literally is. He got a cowboy hat.
Yeah, like he a little eccentric, but you know what? It's beautiful.
Yeah. And Favreau,
hey, put that man in charge of anything. He's killing it.
I mean, Favreau. Once again, they're like, "Hey, you made Elf. Here's Iron Man."
Look, because of him, we have what is the MCU.
What is the MCU?
Because of him, now we have the Mando, Ahsoka coming, the Bible of Boba, The Ranger show. I said it. Shut up. I was like, it's too late. And then whatever else branches out.
And he wrote Swingers.
Well, yeah. And they did that guerrilla style, but that's another conversation. But yeah, no, Mando season 2. Did you enjoy it? Have you seen it? I feel like you should have by now. If you haven't, check it out. If you haven't and you saw this, well, you don't know when any of this takes part, though. You just know it happens.
We did not go in order.
Yeah, exactly. I quite honestly, no, we did not. But let us know your thoughts, comments, questions, concerns, requests down below in the comment section. We love hearing from you. It's good to be back. But until next time, stay safe, be well.
And as Tony Stark would say, welcome back
to
the Dave Show!
Who are you sending peace to?
I thought that was the end.